Yes people, how are we doing? Guess what day it is? It is Pancake Day. It is indeed. Didn't actually know it was Pancake Day until today, because March 1st, I swear it's not usually on March 1st, but anyway, we'll roll with it. I was going to do a video about intra-workouts, a more educational one, but I thought, you know what? The sun's out, it's beautiful weather, I'm in a great mood. Let's make some pancakes. Let's go wild. Now, we're not going to make protein pancakes because, let's be honest, right, they're just nowhere near as good as the real thing. They just taste plasticky and shit. At least I've never made them decent anyway. Maybe I'm just shit at cooking them, to be honest. It could be that, or it could just be protein pancakes are dreadful. But anyway, we're going to go for the real things. We're going to get some serious spreads. We're going to get some biscoff on the go. We're going to decorate it nicely. First, I need to tidy up that fucking shithole mess, and then I need to do shoulder exercises, and then we'll nip to the shop. We'll get some ingredients if there's any left, because I know in the past I've gone to the shop on Pancake Day and all the ingredients are gone, so I don't fancy like making it from scratch. I'm just going to buy a bottle of ready-made stuff, hopefully, fingers crossed. If not, then we're going to have to get creative and find the rest, because isn't it just like butter? Is it butter? Flour, eggs, I don't know. Anyway, we will get that shit sorted and then get to making some pancakes, and I'll show you what we make. Right, we're ready to go. Ready to go to the shops. I'm not sure what I'm gonna get. You can't beat lemon and lime, can you? Lemon and lime, sugar and lime, I mean. Just the basic, the simple sugar and lime on a pancake. That is beautiful. But then also biscoff spread, biscoff crumb on top. Oh, I think I'm going to go for both of them, you know. I've already got some sugar in, so I just need to get some lemon juice, and then we'll get some biscoff spread, get some biscoff biscuits, crunch them up and sprinkle them on top. I'm going to have to make a TikTok as well, aren't I? It's a tough life being a content creator, you know. I'm making a YouTube video and I'll have to make a TikTok at the same time. Tough life, I tell you, tough life. It's very sunny. It's fucking beautiful weather, in fact. Are there actually people out there that don't experience SAD, seasonal affective disorder? Like, are there genuinely people who go through the winter like absolutely fine, like just as happy during the winter as they are during the summer? Because surely not. Like, the sun, it just makes everything better. The goods have been acquired. Biscoff, crunchy. It's not going to focus, is it? Pancake mix, ready to make. I think it makes 6 pancakes, which is more than enough for me. It says actually per pancake 99 calories, 18 fat, 1.8 fat, 18 carb, 2.6 protein, but we don't care about that, do we? And then some lemon juice. We've already got some sugar, azúcar. What language is that? That's sugar in some language. It's either French or Spanish. I'm gonna go with Spanish. I think it's Spanish. Who cares anyway? Let's get cooking, baby. Let's go. Plan of action, I think, is gonna be to make, because this makes 6 pancakes, but it says that you need to put it in a 7-inch frying pan, which isn't very big. Well, 7 inches. Is that big? You tell me. So I think instead of making like small ones, because this is bigger than 7 inches, as you can see. So if I was to put the same amount as I put in a small frying pan, it would spread out and be really, really thin and more like a crepe than a pancake. So I'm just going to make 3 out of the 6. So 3 pancakes rather than 6, and make them so they're actually big and thick and juicy. But this is going to go beautifully on there. I can't wait. In fact, we're going to taste it. We're going to taste it. I can't resist. Oh, so that's incredible. That is incredible. I've never had that before. That's insane. Wow. Wow. Fuck, this is not going great. I think I've got the heat way, way, way too high. What is that? What is that? It's like, should we just leave it? I think I put too much oil in, you know. It's all oily around the sides. This lighting, by the way, is fucking naughty. Jesus. Wide angle lens. And some decent lighting. You know what? We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. It should be fine. I believe. You know what, right? I don't think this is even going to work. I don't know whether it's going to work or not because this pan is bigger than the ring. It's an induction hob, so the pan's bigger than the ring, so the heat is only coming up through like I don't even know if it's 3/4 of the pan, like half of the pan is actually getting heat. Obviously the surrounding area is probably getting heat, but nowhere near as much as the middle, which is why I can't cook scrambled egg, which is why you see me eating boiled eggs, because I can't make scrambled egg in this pan. I need a new pan. Fuck it, we're gonna try flip it. It's not. Oh! Oh yes! Come on! It's like a crepe rather than a pancake. Look at that. That's awful. I'm just going to stick some spread on it and try and make the best out of an absolutely dreadful situation. It just looks like a dog's took a shit on I don't know what. Just some pale mess. To be fair, the biscoff rescued it. It really has. I'm going to try and keep the mix in the middle where the heat is so that it actually cooks. It's gone dreadfully again. It's not even round. I think it's because this worktop is literally on a tiny slant that way. The mix is just the mix is just falling down the pan. This is just a little mini one, this is just a little baby one. It's not even moving, is it? I'm awful. I'm awful. Look at that. I was looking forward to them pancakes, but I couldn't see it going right for me, so I may as well give up whilst I'm ahead rather than just wasting all the mix, wasting more time. So I've whipped up myself some little tortillas. If you don't wrap them in a star, by the way, what are you doing? What are you doing? I got that from McDonald's, did a wrap like years ago when I was a kid, and they wrapped it in like a star shape, and then ever since then I've just always wrapped my wraps in a star. We're watching inside a 75 million Aspen ski mansion. So let's find out what's inside there. Right, I put a Q&A out the other day on my Instagram and I said I'd go through it in my YouTube. I've gone through a few of them on Instagram already, but the ones I haven't answered, I'm going to go through one here just to give you a little bit of value, because I like giving a bit of value. Don't just like me basically saying, hi, here's me making some pancakes, sit and watch me make some pancakes and that's about it. Because let's be honest, I'm not that entertaining, am I? Or am I? I'm definitely not, am I? I'm not like a fucking comedian who can turn making pancakes into some hilarious stunt. So we're going to answer some questions. Is it hard to gain muscle while doing a combat sport? I don't know, mate. I don't do one. Is it? You tell me. No, I'm only messing. It probably will be, yes, because you're going to be so active. Now, when I used to play football, I was stuck for so long at 83 kilos. I couldn't get past 83 kilos because if I did, I would have had to eat like well over 4,000 calories. And I know there's a lot of people who play sports who are in that position. I've had clients who are in the same position as well. And it makes it hard to gain muscle, yes, because you simply can't eat enough energy to be in a calorie surplus. So you have to be very clever about your food choices. You've also got to do a lot of planning too. You've got to get a start the day early, get some meals in nice and early, and basically just be tactical. Something which a lot of people don't overlook as well is don't eat the same thing. So don't sit there with a huge bowl of pasta and expect yourself to be able to eat it all, right? Have maybe a smaller bowl of pasta, a pretty big bowl of pasta still, but smaller, not a huge, like fucking massive portion. Have a smaller bowl of pasta and then have something on the side. So maybe have some apple juice, that's going to give you some carbs. Have a banana, have some fruit, have a cookie even, a cookie, a donut, something like that on the side. Have different things, so sugar, so sweet, salty, to mix things up for your palate. So you're not just sitting there eating the same thing, the same texture, the same taste, everything. Mix it up, have different things. And also, think about the order that you eat stuff in. So let's say you've got a big massive bowl of Cocoa Pops, you've got apple juice, you've got a banana, and you've got a cookie. You think, okay, what's the easiest for me to eat? It's probably going to be to drink the apple juice, so you do that last. It's probably going to be hardest to eat all the Cocoa Pops, so you do that first. The cookie is probably going to be pretty easy to get down. The banana, again, probably fairly easy to get down, but less easy than the cookie, because the cookie, you know, we love a cookie, don't we? So I'd eat the Cocoa Pops first, then I'd probably move on to the banana, then I'd eat the cookie, and then last, you can just neck the apple juice. And that's a tactical way of eating your food, which a lot of people don't actually think about. What are the best foods to try and do a lean bulk? Asks CamWatt1. What are the best foods to eat to try and do a lean bulk? Whatever you enjoy. Literally whatever you enjoy. A lot of people ask me, you know, what are the best foods for this? What are the best foods for that? Whatever you enjoy and fits into whatever it is that you're doing. So if you're doing a lean bulk, then you could eat the healthiest foods in the world. You could eat literally just fucking brown rice, chicken, broccoli, you know, just pure healthy foods. That's not going to make that bulk a lean bulk. A lean bulk refers to the size of the calorie surplus you're in, not the quality of the foods that you're eating. Now, if you're in a shallow surplus, so let's say you're eating, I don't know, 3,200 calories, but your maintenance is 3,000, so you're in a 200 calorie surplus. For some people, 3,200 calories isn't much food. So for me, for example, 3,200 calories isn't that much food. So I would have to employ strategies such as eating healthier, more nutritious foods, which are going to fill me up for longer, in order to keep my appetite at bay and stop myself from getting starving. But then if you are, for example, a lean bulk, well, I mean, if you're able to lean bulk on 4,000 calories, then you're a big person. I have actually had a client who was like that. I had 2 clients like that actually, who couldn't gain weight at like 4,000 calories. But for example, like if you are someone who needs that amount of calories in order to gain, you're likely gonna have to eat a fair bit of shit, a fair bit of junk food in order to get those calories in. Else you're simply just not gonna meet the caloric needs, the calories for that day. You're simply just not going to meet them. So like I said, the lean bulk term is the size of the calorie surplus, not the quality of the foods you're eating. You could eat pure McDonald's, and as long as you are in a shallow surplus, that is a lean bulk. I'm still progressing my lifts even though I'm cutting. Is this normal? Yes, Ben. It is normal. It is in fact very normal. You should probably, for the majority of your diet, still be progressing. Now, provided you're not heavily fatigued, so that's why I'd suggest maybe doing a deload before you go into a cut, so that you go into that cut and that calorie deficit in a fresh position. Your nervous system is fresh, it's firing, it's ready to fucking go. Your joints are feeling good, and you're ready for a sustained period of dieting. But it's pretty normal to progress during a cut, yeah. Although your body weight is dropping, you should still be progressing in strength. Particularly on the compound lifts. Isolations, you're probably not going to be, for example, like arm exercises, lateral raises, rear delt flies, you're probably not going to be progressing that much on them. But compound lifts, which require a lot of, they're more skilled. They require more skill in them. And often the progress you make in them is just you becoming more efficient at the skill, not necessarily the fact that you've gained extra muscle. Because as a natural, in a dieting phase, the chances of you gaining muscle are very, very slim. Very slim. But if you're on gear, obviously it's quite a lot easier because you've got that extra testosterone flowing through your veins. But yeah, it is normal to progress during a cut. I hear carbs can be important for recovery. Why so? So carbs are going to help obviously replenish your glycogen stores, but carbs are also going to help your entire body from recovering in terms of just systemic fatigue, because carbs, for example, are the brain's main fuel. The brain prefers glucose as its main source of energy. In fact, what's the number? I can't remember the number. I think it's something stupid like your brain takes up like utilises like 25% of your carb stores per day, or energy intake, or something like that. But yeah, your brain, which is obviously what powers your central nervous system, wants glucose, it wants carbs. It would prefer to have carbs. That's why when you go on like keto or a low carb diet, you often get brain fog. You can't think as much, you just haven't got as much energy, because fat is inefficient for your body to break down for energy, because that's what your body has to do. So when you eat food, your body breaks it down into a simpler form, because you can't transport protein molecules through your bloodstream. You can't transport fat through your bloodstream. You got to break down those proteins into amino acids. You got to break down those carbs into glucose. You got to break down those fats into triglycerides, and then they can be transported to the rest of the body. The same as when they're stored in the body. They're then stored as fat. They're then stored as protein. Well, protein is stored as muscle, and then carbs are stored as glycogen. Are high fat days beneficial on rest days? Yes, in my opinion, they are. It allows you to periodise your nutrition in a way where you can prioritise carbohydrates on a training day, which of course is then going to give you more energy, which is what you need in order to progress during training. That's what you want to do, is you want to prioritise your training so that you're progressing, because that's what's going to build your muscle. And then on rest days, it allows you a bit more freedom in terms of, you can either go about it one of two ways, in my opinion. You can either use those higher fat days in order to get more fatty acids in, more essential fatty acids, sorry. So get more omega-3s in. You can have salmon, you can have beef mince, any other fatty fish, like, what is the fatty fish? What other fatty fish is there? It's on the tip of my tongue. Sardines, mackerel, they are fatty fish as well. If you like them, then they are very good for you, full of omega-3s. I've never heard anyone say I'm going to eat some mackerel, but there we go. But yeah, it allows you to get more of those essential fatty acids in, which are going to be very, very beneficial for your health. Very, very beneficial for your health. A lot of people don't realise how good fat is for your cardiovascular health. Healthy fats are very good for your cardiovascular system. And then the other option is it just allows you to be a bit more flexible. It allows you to maybe have that pizza or that burger or whatever it is, which is usually higher in fat, on your rest day. My camera is about to die. It's on red, flashing red at me, so I'm going to leave the questions there today. Get some more in the next time I put an Instagram Q&A on. I mean, to be fair, actually I've had quite a lot. I just answered a lot on my story. So if you want your question answered, then obviously next time I put a Q&A box, drop one in there. Well, that's going to be all for today, boys. It's been lovely speaking to you. We failed the pancake mission quite severely, but the next video is probably going to be an educational one. I'm going to talk about intra workouts, but actually make it a little bit interesting, a little bit fun, and try not to overcomplicate it, because I went to film that video the other day, went in without a plan, and just thought, you know, I know my stuff about intra workouts, but then because I know so much, I end up just waffling and going off on tangents and just talking about stuff that's just nobody needs to know. Like, you don't need to know all the fucking amino acids and the names of them and shit like that. I've just got too much knowledge, you see. I just want to share it with the world, but I need to be specific about what I'm actually talking about. So yeah, that is going to be all for today, people. I will see you in the next video.